can keep moving forward with some developments of the WrestleMania card taking shape on Raw this week, especially with Logan Paul and Seth Rollins there, actually getting physical in the ring, actually getting the altercation there on Miz TV. Logan Paul getting the upper hand in that with a right hand, knocking out Seth Rollins. What do you guys think about that development, how they played into that?
Booty.
Like, because his brother's the boxer, right?
They both box.
Yeah, but remember they built up that punch in the feud with Roman Reigns about how like all it takes is one right hand because he has some type of shit in his hand. So that punch has already been built up. So.
You know, I get it. The man has heat. I personally don't care for him, but I will not deny the man's athletic ability. But that punch was trash. That punch looked horrible. It was like, yeah, and I was like, no way, dude. You can play dead. That shit looked terrible.
Sold the hell out of it though.
Seth
really did.
Yeah, he sold the hell out of it.
And I'm like, we're probably gonna get an entertaining match between these two.
Yeah,
because whether we want to admit it or not, Logan Paul is talented in the ring. He's actually able to pull it off. Those matches with The Miz, even Roman Reigns and the Royal Rumble, like we see his potential in that aspect. Seth Rollins is above this, right? Like Seth Rollins, like I guess he was caught in the middle. He can't go for the title. He really can't go for a mid-card title. He's not in the tag team division scene. He needed something there to be on the WrestleMania card. Like he's not fighting Lashley. He's not going to go up against Lesnar. He's not going to be in those type of feuds. So it's like for them to find Logan Paul's spot in this, I guess it works. And I'm like, at least we're going to get an entertaining match out of it. We might get some jabs between promos and stuff like that. Might be entertaining, but it's like, yeah, I'm with Lewis. That punch was whack. And I was mad that it was like that. I'm like, that's not how you do it.
At least have him like do like some other, like, why are you giving him like the punch? Yes, he's a boxer, but like give him like a finisher or something. Like something, you know? But this whole like, come on, Roman's on the punch to death. It's like we don't need any more stupid super punches. Like they're just not, unless you know how to do it right. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you're never gonna get a bad match from Seth anyway.
Yeah.
Even though it is below him, you know. In the essence, it's kind of like a Shawn Michaels. You put him in the ring at WrestleMania. You're gonna get a great performance because that's how good he is. Mm-hmm. And about Logan Paul is so much better as a heel because people just despise him.
He's never going to be a babyface. He's never
the fact that him and his brother are such shit talkers, and even though they're both successful within their own fields and such, but they're such shit talkers and they're such unlikable people. Like if you listen to Logan Paul's podcast and the way he comes off, like some people just I can tell why some people just like despise him. And they need to book him as a heel. You know, when they booked him against Roman as a face and against Miz as a face, it didn't work because people don't like Logan Paul. So you got to book him as a heel.
And his drink is trash too. I tried that Prime shit. That shit was whack. Body armor all day.
Logan Paul, if you're listening, any potential sponsors, please do not use this video against us, please. Thank you.
No, I tried to. I found it at a gas station, and I tried the Prime, and it was called like Moon Rock or Moon something, and I was like, "What?" I'm thinking it might be some cool flavor. No, that's just straight tasted like some diet Skittles or something. I was like, what is this, bro? I'm like, I couldn't even explain the flavor. It was just like it tasted diet, but then it was like super sweet, and I'm like, yo, this is not. I better try. I should just try strawberry next time. I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is.
Just stick the body on, man.
Way better. That's what it way better. Way better.
No need to go down with that. We can move on from that. Going to Damage Control, meeting up with the new tag team champions Becky Lynch and Lita and Trish Stratus in the ring, setting up their 3-on-3 tag match at WrestleMania. What do you guys think about this one here? I feel like this should be split, but I understand why they put them all together. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just want to say the setup for this was so corny. Like if you watch the promo, like I get it, Trish, I get it, Trish and Lita, representing the divas from the past and such. Lots of respect for them, but the way that this challenge was laid out and such, it just came off so corny to me.
That's because they didn't book the tag champs the right way. There was nothing there.
Exactly. It was literally nothing there. It was obvious it was going in this direction. But the way they went about it, it just didn't come off right to me. And apparently, I read somewhere that the plan is still for them to defend the women's tag team titles, and it probably is going to be Ronda Rousey and Shayna probably on night 1. And then the 6-man tag is going to be on that night 2, which pretty much means Damage Control, which would mean Damage Control is going to get involved in this tag team match to ensure that they lose. Mm-hmm. So that's what that means. That's my booking prediction for it. But Damage Control has to come out on top in this. Like this is it to me.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it might. I think they're the lame ducks at WrestleMania. I feel like they're going to drop the titles.
But they have to. When you got EO and Dakota, not so much. Obviously, Bayley is Bayley, but when you got EO and Dakota, you really want to bring them up. They have to win this match against the Legends. Like,
is this a way? Is this a way to push Bayley back face?
I don't think so.
Not
really? I think that might be in the cards.
No, they're the natural heels in this. I mean, if you throw Ronda and Shayna, I mean, they'll still make it like. But then it's still going to make more sense, obviously, for Becky and Lita and whoever to win. But
I'm talking along the lines of if they make Shayna and Ronda face them night 1, and then have the 3-on-3 tag match night 2. I feel like that can set up a way for Bayley to be heel. They lose both matches. They attack Bayley. Becky comes in and saves. Because I'm like, why would Shayna and Ronda be in that position at WrestleMania? Like, I don't feel like they should be in that position. That's one.
Yeah.
2, the tag division really hasn't been built up like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other tag teams.
And then it's like, again, like I've said a long time, Damage Control has lost every step of the way. But are you going to have 2 legends and Becky Lynch lose at Mania? Like, you bring Trish Stratus back, you bring Lita back. I don't see
you guys are gonna lose.
Exactly.
Like it isn't like a John Cena situation where he came back to do the job for Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Like he doesn't need the belt. Like I feel like the tag division isn't big enough for Lita and Becky to carry those titles right now. So it's like I don't know which way I forgot. I thought Damage Control. My bad. I was messing up. Okay. Mm-hmm. Lita and Becky are the tag champs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. I can see how that works. But it's like
because they're not built to be champions for long. I mean, Lita's
that's the one thing I saw. I was like, she doesn't have it. She just doesn't have it.
But this is where like I don't understand this booking. It's like, why wouldn't you just have them win at WrestleMania? Why have them win now unless the thing is to have them drop it to Shayna and Ronda if they get thrown into it and it becomes a triple threat? But then it's like it's not 3-on-3, so I don't know where they're going with this, or if the titles are just not going to be defended at WrestleMania. It's just going to be the 3-on-3, you know.
I mean, the WrestleMania card is looking very scarce.
Exactly. I mean, that's what should happen. I mean, they shouldn't defend the title. If they're going to, save it for Raw on Monday.
Yeah, exactly. That would make way more sense.
Yeah.
So when are they going to face Ronda and Shayna?
I mean, they're saying that Ronda has some type of injury, but she'll be
ready
for WrestleMania. So
they can't have the titles. I feel like they can't have the titles like that.
No, they've wrestled together like once. I don't even think they have. They've just been beating up. Who was it? Who were they beating up? Was it Liv Morgan or whoever? Or
Italia, basically every other diva.
Yeah, it was Natalia and Tegan Knox.
every undercard woman wrestler on SmackDown, they've been beating up.
And this is again back to like the division. It's just like
Nothing.
You don't have you're literally relying on legends to come back to boost up WrestleMania. And it's just like, what does it say about the women's division? What does it say about the characters you're building? They're not believable. Nobody cares about them. You're still relying on the same old faces, and the new people that are coming in, they're just being shelled. You got Shanti, Raquel, Rhea's probably the only one who's been around that's like finally getting some movement.
Question. Where the fuck is Alexa Bliss?
She's taking time off.
No, I'm serious. Where the hell is you talking about characters? You need her. We kind of need her right now.
Bro, she could easily. I don't know why they haven't let her go back to when she was like a champ. I don't know why.
Alexa Bliss.
The shit worked. Just let her she was a natural heel.
Let her be.
Exactly.
Just let her be Alexa Bliss.
No hint of the shit with Bray no more. Like this shit doesn't make no sense no more.
I've been saying it since we started this thing. Just let her be Alexa Bliss.
They need to give her the Oscar treatment. Just like, yo, let her go back to her roots.
Please,
let her be a badass. Let her be a stunning heel. Like she can be.
And it's crazy because for someone her size, she was like great heel and worked really well.
And they just bullshitted it.
Yeah.
Now we get Lacey Evans beating up enhancement talent and like her 15th restart.
Easily could be building up Raquel as like another contender, and she's nowhere.
Yeah, she's another one.
I thought she was going to be in the chamber and everything like that, and it's just like they haven't done anything to build off of that, or even have her challenge fucking Ronda and Shayna on SmackDown. Like, you guys have been running Ruckshaw. I'm stepping in. You guys can't beat me. She gets a tag team partner, something like that. Yeah. But make her look like she's formidable and a badass. And it's like, you guys haven't booked anything correctly. and it sucks. Still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure it out. All right. But we can move on to probably one of the... I was pissed about this angle, John Cena and Austin Theory coming together. John Cena obviously coming back home to Boston. Love to see that. And instantly interrupted by Austin Theory. Austin Theory's basically calling him a chump, basically saying, hey, we should have a match at WrestleMania. John Cena basically says no, and then proceeds to get the shovel out the pickup truck, dust it off. The Triple H shovel just basically bury everything Austin Theory has built. If anything,
he's built nothing. He has built nothing.
Oh my goodness!
No, I'll tell you, no. They had a buried alive match, and he stuffed that motherfucker in the casket. That's
he put him in the casket, pushed him down the aisle, over him 6 feet deep, and then the Bobcat came out and dropped the dirt.
He didn't even know the match started. He was like, "Wait, the bell rang."
Oh my goodness! The only reason why I didn't like that is because I thought John Cena could have played him up and been like, "Yo, you're a young kid. You got everything going to you. You remind me of me coming out. All this other stuff." And he buries him, and I'm like, no.
Yes, I loved every second of it.
Oh man, I don't get the hate towards Austin Theory, man. I don't get.
I'm telling you, we've talked about this for weeks. The hate towards Austin Theory is because he's being serious too soon. It's too late.
Believable. He's not believable.
That's unbelievable right now. I mean, you to go from Vince's protege to his bitch boy to now he's only been serious for like 2 or 3 months. So people haven't taken him seriously yet. Now if he was this serious character back then, and he had built it over, and they had built it over time, he'd be better along, and people would take it more seriously. And this match against John Cena would feel more important. Right now, this just comes off as, okay, John Cena just putting somebody else over, or he's losing the end.
So for me, it's like, okay, you can blame the booking, at least from my perspective. This is why I don't like Austin Theory, because I think honestly has to do more the way they booked him. If you look at, okay, forget the whole protege thing. Once Vince left, okay, they had him coming in, going after the U.S. title. He has. I feel like No, I'm trying to think back. Who has he beaten clean? When he had the little feud with Bobby, Brock came in and screwed him over. Mm-hmm. He loses Money in the Bank. Like he won, but he freaking lost it. Like then the shit with Seth, didn't he get screwed too? Then the Chamber too. It's like he hasn't built up any legitimate clean wins. So it's like, you're bragging about.
But he's a heel. Really,
I know, but he doesn't need that. But he doesn't need that though. He's not a Miz. He's not a. I feel like with Miz, he's the type of person that needs that. Oh well, because come on, really, Miz is going to beat Bobby Lashley. Miz is not beating Bobby Lashley or Brock.
He would at least try to match Cena on the mic. He didn't match him at all.
Exactly, but Austin Theory has the physique.
That's tough. I mean,
he has
on the road in Cena's hometown. That's rough. You're like, not many people are going to be able to do that. Like,
no, but this is what I'm saying though. If he's not being people clean, and then your character sucks, yes, you got the heel heat, but it's just like, bro, this is an issue. This is an issue that I've had with WWE in regards to that, right? Like with heels, right? Usually it's somebody coming in and helping them win. Heels, like, where's the low blows? Where's the referee's out? I'm going to use the steel chair. I'm going to use the belt and get over that way. I'm going to use the ropes. I'm going to do this. I'm going to knock you out. Brass knuckles. Certain stuff like that. They don't allow heels to cheat like that anymore. Right? Like, I don't. Like Roman does that. Like Roman gets those type of upper hands where people come out and help him and stuff like that, and he cheats and stuff like that. But it's like heels, like I really don't remember like that used to be prominent, and I feel like that hasn't been prominent with certain people. But I feel like Austin, like him coming in the way he is, I feel like he should have been. I don't know. I think I'm thinking and putting him more in like a young Randy position. Like, bro, Randy had so much heat, but he's also so good though. And it was just like, and like the man was punting people. The man was RKOing people. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you can still win and cheat, but like win and look believable. I don't know. With him, it's just like
you're just not buying in this yet.
I'm not buying it. It's just like, dude, you're just here. Oh, you're the same. And it's just like, bro, show me something new. Show me anything that, like, okay, you're a dick, but you're winning, you know? But it's just like, it's nothing. That's why John Cena is like, bro, your character's trash. And I liked it because I've read online people are like, oh, they buried him. He shouldn't have done that. Listen, I'm like, bro, honestly, at this point, he kind of, for me, he needs it. It should be a wake-up call. It should be like, bro, let me revamp this shit. Let me just become fucking ruthless. Let me start beating people's asses. Like, I feel like if he just started fucking people up, it would make him stronger. But, I mean, he's probably also not the one making those decisions, so I don't know.
I feel like there's just a lot left on the table with him.
He has time. He's not going nowhere.
Yeah, he's young. Yeah, he's young. Yeah,
plus, he's working with John Cena. Come on, you telling me he's not doing something right if they're putting him in that position?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I understand it from that standpoint.
With the U.S. title, like, yeah.
Absolutely. Moving on to a match that's probably.
One last thing. If he beats John Cena at WrestleMania clean, now we're talking. I will 100% be on the train then.
No, that's mandatory. No, that's what has to happen for the finish. That's the only result. He has to beat him clean.
So are you gonna have Cena lose?
Get him out of here.
Are you gonna have Cena lose at 2 pay-per-views?
Because John Cena at the point right now where catching L's doesn't mean much anymore.
He doesn't need the win, but it's WrestleMania. It's Big Match John.
Big Match John loses a lot too.
John is established.
JBL. It's Big Match John, man.
I mean, for God's sakes, they call John
talking about right now.
For God's sakes, they call John Cena the greatest of all time, which pisses me off personally because I don't think he should have that title. But but they call him that all the time. So at this point, wins or losses don't mean anything to him.
Is the GOAT going to lose at WrestleMania?
He's not.
Even at WrestleMania, he can lose.
He's going to win the title. He's going to have the U.S. Open Challenge again.
He's going to lose it right on Monday.
Exactly. Exactly. He'll lose. And probably won't see him again until like Survivor Series or something.
Why you guys got to believe in Big Match John, man?
we need to have that discussion. Who is the GOAT of wrestling? One day, not for this, but
one day.
We'll try to set that up for sure.
We should do that pre WrestleMania. We should have that discussion.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. We should do that pre WrestleMania.
I really do get annoyed when they call John Cena that because I'm like, he's not stopping.
That's got to be its own podcast.
Yeah.
That's such a big topic. But let's keep going on. We got probably going to find out this Friday. Gunther. He's been pissed off that he doesn't have a WrestleMania opponent, rightfully so. There's going to be a 5-way match between Drew, Sheamus, LA Knight. Who am I thinking? Xavier Woods, since Kofi Kingston has gotten hurt, and there's one more person. Or is that all?
Yeah, who is that?
Austin.
Karrion Kross. But you see how we forgot about him. That's exactly shows how
that's bad booking.
How do we forget about him?
Yeah, and he's been the NXT champion. Yeah,
exactly. That just shows.
That's right. I mean, he was fighting Rey Mysterio. He was fighting. That too. He's fighting Rey Mysterio a couple weeks ago, and it's like, okay, he lost, and then it's like, okay, like this guy is supposed to be a badass. That's what he was brought here to be. Like,
and what happened with him targeting Roman at one part, and then that just faded away.
Yeah, that did stop. Yeah, like everything just stopped. Like, damn. Again, this is why I think Cody has to win at WrestleMania, because all these other prominent guys that are supposed to be heels, supposed to be up in that upper card that we think should be there, are kind of in a holding pattern. A lot of guys in this match: Drew, Sheamus.
Exactly. And I also think that the problem with Cross is because when he initially came up to the main roster, how they booked him, and you know what they say about first impressions. Yeah, you remember the first impression, and he left a very poor one with the shitty booking they had, having him wear the helmet and all that bullshit. So I think it's
demolition.
It takes a minute for people to forget about that shit. So
Still, though, when he came back, though, he came with a new look, which I think was needed to like kind of forget all that bullshit. But it's just like I actually wanted to see Roman versus Karrion Kross. I'm like, bro, they're big, two heavy hitters. That would have been fire. Yeah, he most likely would have lost.
WWE has an issue with putting face versus face in heel versus heel. And I don't get that, because it's like, even though you're forcing the fan, they say they want the fans to know who's a face, know who's a heel, and stuff like that. But it's like, even in regards to that, even at a throwaway pay-per-view, that could have been a match.
Man, I'm starting. I mean, that is such a black and white dynamic right now. I mean, the way the world works right now, that there are shades of gray everywhere. I mean, the bad guy could do good things. The good guy could do bad things. Like, I'm getting so sick of the face and heel dynamic. You can have so much better storytelling with a face versus a face, or a heel versus a heel, because
and that's where NXT was fucking used to be great at. Like, you would have fucking Tommaso Ciampa versus Adam Cole, fucking Andrade versus whoever, and it's just like, God, like, yo, it doesn't always have to be babyface here. Like, you can have let your anti-heroes be anti-heroes and face heels or whoever. Like,
those guys should be able to cross each other. Well, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have to team up all the time and be friends and stuff like that. They don't have to be that. But we're gonna figure out who's gonna face him at WrestleMania, of course.
It's gonna be Drew.
What do you guys think about the angle in terms of this? Like, Drew McIntyre coming out saying, "Hey, I want the Intercontinetal title." Sheamus out of nowhere comes out and says, "You know how much that title means to me," and whatever the case may be. I'm like, that shouldn't have been the angle. The angle should have been, "Hey, he beat me. I gotta finish business against this guy." You know what I mean? Like, I felt like that should have been the angle after Clash of the Castle. It's like, yo, I gotta beat this guy. Like, I have a vendetta against him. Not that I want the title, that I want to beat Gunther. I feel like that should have been the angle there, but it's like, I mean, they got the 5-way match out of it, but it's like I feel like this would have been something a little bit more prideful there on the line there, rather than just saying, "Hey, I want the title," and it's like,
it's the one title he's never had, so I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, it is,
yeah, but it's like, like build up the rivalry. That's what I feel like, but it's like. That was a weird angle, and it's like these guys are supposed to be friends. They're not the Banger Bros anymore, or whatever the case would be. I don't know.
Has Gunther beaten Drew?
No, I don't think they faced yet. No.
Well, yeah. See, and that's why I feel like I don't think it should. Well, it would either. I think be Drew. It should be like a 3-way or fatal 4-way WrestleMania for the title. And
I mean, they could set it up that way.
On him. Yeah, you can either keep him strong and have him win by beating everybody, going strong into like after WrestleMania. But
I mean, if you want a hard hitting match, you want to get a triple threat with Sheamus, Drew, and Gunther. But I just don't know how you would book that out of the Fatal 5-Way, because if you have a draw between two people in the Fatal 5-Way, that kind of doesn't make sense, at least not to me. But it's WWE. They could WWE their way out of it.
I'd prefer throw Karrion Kross in there. Karrion Kross, Gunther, and Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Karrion Kross, again, another character that we feel like is underappreciated, underused, been used wrong. He deserves something, but I feel like at WrestleMania, that's not his moment. For me personally, I feel like it's got to be a big match feel, and Karrion Kross is kind of cold right now. You know what I mean? Like,
he's always cold.
I don't even think he's going to be on the card.
That's rough. Like, again, like this card is looking kind of scarce. There's only like 5-6 matches announced for it.
I've heard reports that they're trying to make the card smaller. That
and I'm like,
Triple H wants like smaller card. Like they're not doing that Andre the Giant shit anymore.
He's giving guys the Triple H treatment at WrestleMania with 30-minute matches.
Well, first of all, thank God for that, because that Battle Royal made absolutely no sense at all.
No sense.
People are upset about that because they're like, we're not getting the pay-per-view check. You know what I mean? They're doing a lot of the stuff on the go home SmackDown, and it's like you guys have 2 nights for WrestleMania, so they're still trying to fight for that. And if I was a wrestler, I would understand that. It's like, yo, I don't want to be on SmackDown. I want to be on WrestleMania. Like, let me get my shine on WrestleMania, the biggest stage. You got 2 nights. You need to fill it in. And it's like, it is looking kind of small. And I'm like, is Triple H trying to give guys like the 30-minute matches at WrestleMania that he usually gets? Like, that's rough, because a lot of these matches I'm seeing, I'm like, they don't need 30 minutes. They don't need that much time. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I just hope a lot of these matches are like clean finishes, kind of like NXT actually like allows people to fucking do, like not let everything be an interference. I mean, obviously the bloodline thing easily is probably going to have a bunch of interferences, but like shit like the IC title, the shit with John Cena and Theory, that should all be like clean. The tag titles, that'll be clean. But it's crazy to think, bro. You got 2 nights of WrestleMania, and how are you not going to have way more people on the card? I feel like we keep forgetting that it's 2 nights, and it's just
that's what I'm like.
You haven't even decided what the 2 main events are. You know,
I'm like,
oh no, you can go ahead, David.
Yeah, but they're like, that's what I'm saying. Like, 2 nights at WrestleMania, it's like we only have 6 matches. Like, how long are these matches going to be? Like,
is it 2-hour WrestleMania nights each night?
Logan and Seth is probably going to get 15 minutes. Damage Control is probably going to get 10-15 minutes. Theory and John should probably be 10 minutes.
That'll probably be a 30-minute
booking them like takeover. He's booking WrestleMania. He's booking WrestleMania as 2 separate nights of takeover, pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much making like the matches. Make sure
if they're gonna be that short, they might as well just be 1 night. But no,
like they can't go back now.
I mean, I don't know what shape John Cena's in, but I think he can still do a 30-minute match.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think he went like 25 with Roman, so I'm like, he can probably do it. He can probably do it. But I mean, that's Roman Reigns.
And then
you gotta protect the Hollywood body. you gotta protect the Hollywood investment.
It's like, hey, did you guys film season 2 of Pacemaker yet? 3 of Pacemaker? Did you guys already do that already?
Great show, by the way.
Yeah.
Nah, I gotta check it out. Like, I remember.
Oh, dude.
I think I saw like the first couple
Watch
episodes,
it.
and it was good.
No, you gotta watch it. Peacemaker is
check it out.
fire.
Nah, man, but it's like, again, I don't know how they're gonna fill out 2 nights of WrestleMania. They didn't. They kind of they only have like 3 weeks left. It's like, yo, we still need matches here. Like, I don't know how you guys.
And you know what? I think that.
Yep.
Go ahead. I'm just trying to think of what.
Yep. Sorry.
I'm just trying. No, I'm just trying to think like, what do they like? What you leave the tag titles for one main event and then Roman for the second, or you either put Bianca.
Oh no, one of the women's matches has to be a main event.
It's probably going to be Charlotte
and Bianca.
Yeah. Night one. Like.
It's probably going to be it's Charlotte. It's going to be Charlotte and Rhea because it's Charlotte. Yeah. She'll probably main event night.
Yeah, Bianca will probably open. Bianca and Asuka will probably open.
Nah, they can't do that to them. They can't do that.
Open spot's still good.
That match is too big. That match is too big to be an opening match. Nah.
Yeah, but open matches is still up there. It's usually open and close.
Like, nah, they can't do that. They can't. Like, nah, they gotta be one. So this is how I think. One of the women's matches has to main event one night, and then the other one has to be on the middle of the next night. That's how I see the women's matches. Like, they can't. You can't open that. Like, nah, they got to figure that out. They definitely got to figure that out. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Dominic and Ray facing each other. That's definitely going to be a match, right? Like,
I forgot about that. See, that's how unimportant and uninterested I am in that.
It is a decently told story. It's just not as deep as it could be.
There's just not a holiday between March and April that Dominic can attack Ray
resolved, bro.
Now, realistically, if this story goes in the right way, I feel like obviously Ray's wife is going to get involved and say like, you need to show them, and that's what's going to ultimately make Ray finally strike his son, which I'm still confused about. Because I'm like, yo, boy, you won this boy in custody, and he's disrespecting me. Shit out of him, like, yo, all the shit you done with.
It always goes back to that. Like, your father fought for you.
And you're not even his son.
Motherfucker, I won you a custody.
I got clowned for that match again. Like, what?
Yeah, exactly. And you look like the motherfucker I beat. Like, what are you doing?
Eddie.
Rest in peace, Eddie. All respect to Eddie Guerrero, man.
I'm sorry. That match, I don't like. What are you gonna get out of it? Ray wins.
I mean, that's
great. We forget about Dominic. Dominic wins.
Well,
so like, what? It doesn't hurt Ray at all. It's like
in luchador wrestling, the teacher always beats the student, or the student always faces the teacher. Like, their father and son. Like, that's pretty much. They have to put that match on the card. We need something. We just talked like we need something added.
They do, but I'm probably gonna skip that.
Well, you're
like,
tired
where the chips at?
You're tired of seeing Dominic's face. We know.
Bro, this shit should have been resolved last year. When the Judgment Day took him out, I don't know why they reignited it again.
See, if you're that tired of Dominic, then that means Dominic is doing this job. That means that shows how much he's improved. That shows how much he's improved.
You know what?
You're that tired.
It's not even that I don't like Dominic. I actually do like Dominic because I think he can play the roles that he's given well. It's this story that I think I'm just tired of, because you're going on a year. Judgment Day, we're beating his ass. Ray's being the Judgment Day. It's like, this shouldn't have been left for WrestleMania. And mind you, it's not even on a consistent, because obviously Rhea is not taking the spot from him and that story, which is making that shit an afterthought. That's why it's like on every once a month or twice a month. That's why I'm like, bro, this shit's not important.
There was no holiday between Royal Rumble
and
WrestleMania for Dominic to attack Ray at. He could have picked MLK there.
I mean, they could have made something of Valentine's Day, but they made something of it. But it could have been a lot better.
It's just like, I don't even understand the hate. Like, what? Like, the reasoning. It's just like, bro, this shit.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the only thing that's wrong. Like Dominic's just arrogant little punk right now, right? Like that's pretty much it, right?
That's like
your dad's a legend. Like
you let Michael Cole tell it that Dmonik is the worst person in the world.
In the world. I like that though.
Anytime Michael Cole talks about Dmonik, it's like, damn,
Michael Cole's doing his job.
That's invested in this.
Yeah.
Michael Cole is in legendary status right now doing that.
Come to find out, Michael Cole's like his godfather or some shit. That little prick.
He was at the baptism.
Should have never blessed him.
He's at the baptism. Like, God damn it. Nah, man, like that's crazy. But yeah, and then we're gonna get Edge versus Finn Balor, of course, with the attack and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, that's gonna keep going. They're gonna keep going back and forth at each other. We're finally gonna get a determination on what that match is going to be. So I guess there's a couple matches there that can add to the card there, but it's like it's still kind of small. I hope Edge doesn't have like a 30-minute match like he's been doing. Like, I don't feel like we need that again.
Wants to be his retirement match.
We don't need Edge in long matches. Because I'll even say this: his match last year with AJ Styles, it was okay, but I was expecting
AJ.
Yeah. The match with AJ. That's how he turned
the Judgment Day.
Yeah, against AJ last year.
I see. I'm remembering the one with him and Randy. With Randy was really good.
Oh yeah,
so long.
Yeah,
I know, but that's how I'm like. I don't even remember AJ.
That was
greatest
COVID
wrestling
mania.
match ever.
That was COVID mania.
That was still a good one. I forget that shit was like no holds barred or whatever.
Yeah. That was so long. I'm like, God damn. God damn. But nah, like, yeah. Edge versus AJ, yeah, that's how the Judgment Day really got going. But
it's crazy like, how I mostly care about the title matches and like all this other shit. I'm like,
it is what it because they haven't booked it correctly. They haven't
spectacles.
Yeah.
But we can move on now